CISSP Certified Information Systems Security Professional. Introduction. The Introduction to CISSP module provides you with the information required to support your hands-on learning in the following topics. The 8 domains of CISSP. Our CISSP practice lab has been designed to provide you the practical examples that can be applied alongside reference books and materials. The CISSP exam is heavily theory-driven and vendor-neutral, which effectively means it doesn't specify any particular tool or operating system. Rather, it considers best practice and details numerous techniques which should be considered within an information technology environment towards data protection. It is strongly recommended that you use these labs as a supplement alongside and not limited to a training course and or books and references materials. The aim of these practice labs is to reinforce and complement learning and development and to highlight some key aspects of security practices to assist the learner with their revision towards with their exam. Supporting lab material. The 8 domain of CISSP. Security is a chain. You are only strong as the weakest link. CISSP uses the defense in-depth analogy. The 8 domains of the common body of knowledge, CBK, in short, covering every aspect of InfoSec. The CISSP examination measures candidates' competence using 8 security domains, which provide a common framework upon which the practice of information security can be applied, discussed, taught, and otherwise advanced across the world. Number 1. Security and risk management. The first domain builds upon the concept of information security and risk management by applying principles of confidentiality, availability, and integrity of security, governance, and compliance. Risk management, being an integral part of security, uses threat modeling against acquisition and management of hardware, software, and service contracts to perform risk analysis, countermeasure selection and implementation, risking monitoring, reporting, and risk frameworks. Number 2. Asset security. The classification of information and ownership of information systems and business processes addresses the collection, handling, and protection of information throughout its life cycle. This relates to data owners, processor, terminis, and limitation on collection and storage. Importantly, the collection and storage of information must include data retention. Retention must be considered in the light of organizational and legal and regulatory requirements. Factors used in conjunction with this include baselines, scoping and tailoring, standard selection and cryptography, data handling requirements, data storage, labeling, and destruction. Number 3, security engineering. Security engineering considers the system architecture that delivers functionality yet protects against malicious acts, human error, hardware failure, and natural disasters. It involves the integration of security controls, behaviors, and capabilities into information system and enterprise architecture. The ability to implement and manage security engineer process using secure design principles, using security models, and designing requirements based on organization requirements, security policies, controls, and countermeasures that satisfy those designs requirements. For example, design might cover client and severe server-side vulnerabilities, database security, distributed systems, and cloud security, cryptographic system and industrial controls, web application vulnerabilities, mobile device and embedded systems. Protecting information through cryptographic concepts and systems while in motion and at rest is provided by using public key infrastructure, key management practices, digital signatures, and digital rights management. This ensures data integrity, confidentiality, and authenticity against cryptanalytic attack vectors including social engineering, brute force, ciphertext only, known plaintext, frequency analysis, chosen ciphertext, and implementation attacks. Number 4, communication and network security. A true A true understanding of designing and implementing network topologies, IP addressing, network segmentation, switching and routing, wireless networking, the OSI and TCP models, and the TCP or IP protocol suit as the main contents of the domain encompass network architecture, transmission methods, transport protocols, control devices, and security measures used to maintain the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information transmitted. Finally, the ability to operate the secure switches, routers, wireless access points using cryptography and various related protocols are fundamental to using application including data, voice, remote access, multimedia collaboration, and virtualized networks. Number 5, identity and access management. Third-party cloud services that use identity services and access management will be extensively reviewed via the management and implementing of authorization mechanisms used in the interaction between humans and information systems. Of this disparate information systems, and even between individual components of information systems. Compromising an identity or an access control system to gain unauthorized access to system and information also happens to be the net goal of almost attacks involving the confidentiality of data, so it is an area where information security professionals should invest a considerable amount of time. Key topics will be identity management systems, single and multi-factor authentication, accountability, session management, registration and proofing, federated identity management, and credential management systems. Number 6. Security assessment and testing. The validation of assessment and test strategies using vulnerability assessments, penetration testing, synthetic transactions, code review and testing, misuse case, and interface testing against policies and procedures that cover information assets and associated infrastructure using various tools and techniques for the purpose of identifying and mitigating risks due, due to a architectural issues, design flaws, configuration errors, hardware and software vulnerabilities, coding errors, and any other weaknesses that may affect information system ability to deliver its intended functionality in a secure manner. The aim is to ensure that disaster recovery and business continuity plans are maintained, updated, and will function as intended that in the event of a disaster. To this end, the security assessment and testing domain include topics in the collection of security process, account management, management review, key purpose, performance and risk indicators, verification backups, training and awareness, and the disaster recovery and business continuity. 7. Security operation. This domain will cover various investigative concepts include evidence collection and handling, documentation and reporting, investigative techniques and digital forensics. Further, an understanding of investigations requirements from an operation, criminal, civil, and regulatory perspective is necessary. The logging and monitoring mechanism to support forensic investigations. Logging and monitoring provides visibility into the day-to-day operation of the information technology infrastructure will be reviewed, especially when considering intrusion detection and prevention. security information and event monitoring system, and data leakage protection. Key technologies include firewalls, intrusion prevent system, application whitelisting, anti-malware, honeypots, and sandboxing to assist with managing third-party security contracts and service budgets. Vulnerability and change management process. An important aim of this domain is to plan for incident response and recovery, disaster recovery, and business continuity. Number 8. Software development security. Software development security involves the application of security concepts and best practices to production and development software environments. A good understanding and capability of how to apply security to software development tools, source code, weakness and vulnerabilities, configuration management as it relates to source code development, the security code repositories, and the security of application programming interfaces which should be integrated into the software development lifecycle considering development methodologies, maturity models, operations, and maintenance and change management as well as understanding the need for an integrated product development team. Summary. You covered the following in this module. The general review module's topics presented of the CISSP were discussed across the following titles: the security and risk management, asset security, security engineering, communications and network security, identity and access management, security assessment and testing, security operation, and last, software development and testing.